You on now? Gotta do a different pose.
For real.
I'm out, bro. I'm leaving. I'm going.
Show my Nike sign.
This guy having a full-out photo shoot.
Man, Jack, he going to night school after this?
This guy. I like that. All right, that's good. That's good. Appreciate you, fellas.
Word.
Nice work.
Catch y'all later.
Good episode. What's up out there, guys? Welcome back to Pod Ties. I'm your host, Dylan, and these are my brothers, Jeff, Albert, and Kyron. Well, Kyron. Albert, you were in the top left corner the last time, and every time I would try to point to you in the recording, I was pointing the opposite way. So I was like, I was going like this, but it's actually me going like this. So Kyron, you're over here because I think it'll show this way this time. I guess it's like a mirror effect. Yeah, no, you got to point the other way. I think.
That's what I see.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we'll figure it out at some point. But welcome back. This is episode 4. Thank you for tuning in. Before we even start, I just got to get this out the way. We've already had 3 episodes, so I won't make the introduction too long. But make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and also hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we're dropping fire new bangers every Wednesday and Friday. The fireman's coming.
Dylan, insert the flames.
I'll make sure I do that.
That came from WWE.
Heck yeah. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Also, you can listen to us audio only on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and now, world premiere. We're on Google Play, baby. Google Play.
Oh,
We are taking over one episode at a time. That's all I have. That's all I have. We're gonna get right into these topics because there's a lot to discuss. So we don't want to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and pay our tithes and offerings.
oh no!
I was gonna bring back Ride and Ties because you guys didn't really have much of a reaction, and I can tell that you were like, okay, I'm fine with that one. But I was like, no, I did a little research and I was like, what else can I use with ties? Even though ties is spelled differently, but it's still pronounced ties. And I was like, I'm gonna drop this on them. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna see what kind of reaction I get, and I love it. I love that energy. I love it. So let's pay our tithes and offerings. God. Yes.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, what you dropping?
Ooh.
Is that an Andrew? Is that an AJ?
Oh my God.
Nice.
I don't know.
Kyra, you need a break already?
Ooh.
You going to the pink
I
after
do.
this?
Let's get to it. I like this energy so far. Let's get into the NBA. That's what we usually start off with, unless it's NFL Sunday. Then we start off with NFL because that's usually the top headline. But we're getting to the NBA. Miami versus Boston. They played Game 4. The series was 2-1, but something happened in Game 4. What was the result, Jeff?
Man, look, so we got your boy Tyler Hero.
I didn't ask about an individual player. I asked about the game. What was the score? He's already fanboying over Tyler Hero.
You asked what the result was. I'm telling you what the result was. That was
Okay.
Tyler Hero dropping 37 points, taking home that W.
So the Miami Heat won the game. They beat the Celtics. Now they're up 3-1 in the series, and they have Game 5 to possibly clinch it. Any reactions towards the game? Jeff already talked about Tyler Hero. Albert, what was your thoughts on Game 4 and how Miami performed versus Boston?
I would say Celtics had control of the game for the most part, but coming into that fourth quarter, the Heat knew that they had to step their game up. The Heat stepped up, like you said. Tyler Hero was playing great all night. For a rookie, man, that's great. Is pretty much unheard of. He's the only person next to Magic Johnson that scored that much in a series, well,
Wow.
in a playoff game. So that's some pretty big numbers and a pretty big person to, match up to. I give the Heat credit for sure. They pulled off all the stops and they secured the win. The defense prevailed, hitting clutch free throws at the end of the game. So good job, Heat.
Yeah. Tyler Hero, didn't he have most points by a rookie in the playoffs? Then he passed Dwayne Wade.
Yep.
D-Wade,
Man.
wow. Another Miami
Mhm.
Heater.
Yeah, man. No Limit Hero went off.
Yeah, no limits holder now.
That's his. Ain't that his Instagram name? Something like that.
Yeah, it is. You're
See,
right.
y'all gotta
That's his handle.
Y'all got to get with the times, man.
I haven't looked at his Instagram.
Yeah, I think it just shows the depth of the Heat as well. I mean, they got these rookies coming in and balling. Him and is Bam? Bam's not a rookie, is he?
No.
Nah, this is third year.
Third year, but yeah,
Yeah.
he cold too. But yeah, I think
Thanks.
Them Kentucky boys.
them Kentucky boys is taking over. They're going crazy, but I think Boston's gonna get the next game, but the Heat's not gonna be able. I mean, the Heat's gonna take it in 6.
6?
6.
I can see that. I can
Okay.
see that. But he have some. They have like. I don't know. For some reason, it's hard for them to close out games sometimes. So Boston's going to win the next one, but then he's going to come back and go ahead and knock them out.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Miami, they outplayed Boston. Albert did say that Boston had control over the majority of the game, and then Miami, somehow they're able to turn it on when they need to. And second chance points,
Light switch.
they out-rebounded Boston, and that's usually because of having a big body like Bam in the paint. Jimmy Butler, he crashes the boards as well. Another thing that helps them on the defensive side, at least, is playing zone. It's like when you're playing 2K online, and all they're doing is playing zone, and you cannot pass the ball because there's no free space. There's always somebody there to deflect it. There's always a chance for a turnover. So playing zone, that helped out Miami. And then on the offensive side, ball movement. They're just moving the ball, and it's so effortless. And there was one play where they double teamed Jimmy Butler, and all he did was just pass it to the corner to Dragic in the corner. And that was basically, for me, that sealed the game. They had 2 turnovers in the second half. That's always going to help you win a game. There was one turnover late where Jimmy Buckets, he kind of forced a turnover. Didn't really need to do that. Tyler Hero went off. I'm actually on the bandwagon, not as much as Jeff, but he has gotten me to actually see how great of a player Tyler Hero is in his first year. Boston, really, their only upside was just having Jason Tatum go off. He'd rarely missed a shot from deep. He was getting buckets whenever he needed to, but they have to step it up. I thought that their energy in Game 3 was good after that little skirmish that they had internally where Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum had some words. And I thought that Marcus Smart, once they had that players meeting with Brad Stevens, I thought that they brought out the energy in Game 3. They took that negative energy and turned it to positive energy. But in Game 4, they were flat in the second half, and that was the reason why they lost the game. But hopefully they can turn it around because there's still a chance. As Denver, there's still a chance.
I think they're lacking a big man too to guard Bam. I don't even know who's the center for Boston right now.
Daniel Tice.
Some guy. Yeah, that guy.
No, not just some guy. Put some respect on that man's name. That man is showing out. He's showing out. And he has hops. He's a rim protector.
He can shoot too.
He can play. He can shoot. He's from Germany. He can shoot. Not saying that's the reason why he can
But
shoot.
he can't guard Bam.
One of the best shooters of all time is from Germany as well. Dirk Nowitzki, baby. All right, I have a question. Is it time to throw it in the bag? Throw this series in the bag now that Miami, all they need is just one more game to clinch the series and advance to their, what is this going to be, their 5th NBA Finals appearance?
I think it's fair to say so.
So you're throwing it in the bag?
I don't think so.
Throwing it in there.
You don't think so?
You just said it. I mean, you just said it. Like, ask Denver. It's not too late.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
So you think Boston is going to come back and win it?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
So you
okay.
Time to throw in the bag.
You said, is it time to throw in the bag? And it's not.
Yes.
It is time to throw it in the bag, Albert?
They can still come back and win. But
they not.
Oh, they cannot.
The Heat's defense and offense, bro.
They're not
yeah,
getting
but
Michael
you never know.
Jordan.
But the Miami Heat, they could choke, and I mean, it's possible. Anything can happen in the NBA. Not saying that it will.
It can.
But
Listen.
anything can happen.
Miami is going to win. Miami's going to win.
They are.
Paul Pierce.
Series is over. They're going to. It's time to throw in the bag. The only problem Miami has to really think of is with the Celtics controlling, so far in the game, and them turning up in the fourth quarter. They play the Lakers or the Nuggets in the next series. They can't do that. They can't sit there and wait around and try to turn up in the fourth quarter because then it's too late.
Lakers are lazy.
Yeah. I think they do control the pace though in this series. The Celtics do, but
yeah, they do for sure.
Turn it up.
I mean, last game the Celtics were kind of flat the first quarter. Not first quarter, but the first half. Like Jason Tatum couldn't even buy a bucket. He turned around the second half, but it was too late by then.
Yeah, he showed off, especially in the fourth quarter. He was the reason why it wasn't a blowout. The score looked a lot closer than it should have at the end there. But yeah, to Albert's point, they definitely need to Miami. Even though I'm not throwing it in the bag just yet. I think that they have a chance in Game 5. Boston does to turn around and make it a competitive series again. But Miami, if they are advancing to the finals, they're going to need to play the same way all 4 quarters, or at least, because I don't think they're the Warriors. The Warriors, they took off the first 46 minutes. And then those last 2 minutes, Steph and Clay made 4 consecutive threes. And even if they were down by 12 points, they tied the game. So I don't think Miami has that, even though they have Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, but I don't think they're there just yet. You can't turn it on and turn it off when you want to. They're still a young team playing really well. They seem like a team that has been in this position before, and they haven't. But they need to pick it up early in the game to build momentum for the fourth quarter.
Eric Spoelstra has, though, championship experience.
That is true. And that
got the boys right.
That's a good point. That does separate that team from the other teams because he's won 2 championships.
Yeah.
True. And Pat Riley's there. He's not far away. He's just up in a box seat somewhere.
Pat Riley up there just chilling. He let Eric do his job.
No, he's texting Eric. You need to run this. You need to do this. Don't make me come down there.
I can see that.
Don't make me come down there.
So you're saying? So what you're saying?
Nah, he ain't.
So what you're saying is that Pat Riley's really the coach. Eric Spoelstra's just a Jason Garrett.
No, I give Eric Spoelstra all the respect as a head coach because I actually heard somebody say, he wasn't getting that respect when LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh were on the team back in 2010 to 14. Because how hard is it to coach those guys? But now you're seeing him with a Jimmy Butler and these guys that are undrafted rookies. Jeff, you actually have some points today, some legitimate points. Because even with superstars, you still have to make sure that those egos, that they know their roles and they're not, there's not any type of internal friction. So you have a point too. It's not as easy even when you're having superstars.
I think it's different with Steve Kerr though.
How?
Why is that?
Steve Kerr played with one of the greatest players of all time. Steve Kerr got hit by the greatest player of all time.
How does that help him as far as coaching?
There's no way he's taking nobody else's ego is bigger than that. than Michael Jordan. That's
That's
just
true.
facts.
I can
Besides
see where you're
Magic
going.
Johnson,
Yeah, I do too.
there's nobody else. Their ego is that
You said
that
Magic
big.
Johnson?
Magic Johnson had a big ego. He had
He
a big
friendly
ego.
though. He friendly
Yeah.
though.
Friendly, but he's competitive.
All he does is smile. He was smiling while he was beating him. He was backing him down like
Exactly.
this. Yeah, I'm about to win, boy. I'm about to win. You about to get this hook shot.
Heck yeah.
Cause he knew he had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar down there. He's like, I'm just passing it
Exactly.
to the captain.
Yeah.
Number one in all time points. All right, let's switch it up. Denver. We're talking about the Lakers. Might as well get into the other series, the Western Conference Finals. Denver versus LA. Game 3. Denver's down 0-2. They come back and win in Game 3 by big performance by Jamal Murray. Reaction.
Look like Curry out there.
Boy, did he! Didn't you drop the meme of him shooting it from to earth? That's how big that rim was for him. It was huge because he was not missing that fadeaway 3 he made at the end there. That was
Dagger.
yeah, that was a dagger. Bang, as Mike Breen would say.
Yeah.
Well, what's your reactions to that one, Albert? How did you feel about Game 3?
Game 3 was Game 3. We all knew the Nuggets was going to put up a fight to at least win one game. There's no way they were going to get blown out. They came too far to get blown out. Obviously, they controlled the game. But going the opposite side of the ball, looking at the Lakers, LeBron played a great game. Obviously, he didn't play his most perfect game. He could have did a little bit more, but he wasn't the focus. The focus was Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis coming off a game winner, coming out to just basically just stroll in with joggers on and not even play. He might as well have been sitting on the bench because that's how effective he was. But all credit goes to the Nuggets for controlling that game. They put up a great performance, but we all know that the Grim Reaper is at the door. The Lakers about to kill them.
Let me go. I'm gonna go next. The Grim Reaper does not have Denver's number or their address. You cannot count them out. I keep saying this. Jamal Murray finally found Lakers their weakness. He finally found out what their weakness is, and it's the fact that, as we were also talking about with Miami, they don't start off strong. So you take advantage of that. You get a big lead. The Lakers, yes, they have elite players, 2 elite players, so they're going to recover. But if you're up by 20 points, it's going to be really hard to come back and win against a team like Denver, who is resilient. So my reaction is Jamal Murray finally figured him out. Jokic is going to have a big game in Game 4, and Lakers, they beware. You'll be learning the same lesson that the Jazz and the Clippers learned. Nuggets, baby.
Before y'all go, this is why LeBron should have been MVP. The Nuggets got to the Western Conference Finals, right? That means they're one of the best teams in the league, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If the Lakers stayed in that game without the help of Anthony Davis, LeBron carried the Lakers on their back.
But they didn't win.
MVP.
But they didn't win because
They
AD.
didn't win, but he kept them in the game. It wasn't a blowout.
And when AD is producing, they win games.
He only had 2 rebounds.
LeBron's the best player in the league. I'm not even going to stunt.
He
But
only had 2 rebounds.
2 rebounds. He had 2 more than I did.
I think the problem was on the defensive end for the Lakers. I mean, what Murray killed them, just dissected them. And then on the defensive end, like their 3 centers had Dwight, the other 2 can't even.
JaVale.
JaVale and AD, they had 4 rebounds combined.
Foul monkey.
That's because Big Honey was back there boxing out on him and Paul Millsap.
Them boys about 7, 8 feet tall. Like, how you get 4 rebounds combined?
You can
they're not going.
You can tell that
It's Denver's credit, man.
You can tell that they were a little bit too confident. Britches a little bit too big. You're up 2-0, and you're thinking, okay, maybe we can take this day off. I don't know what was going in the locker room, but they definitely didn't come out with the same energy that they had in game one or in the final minutes of game two.
It reminded me of that Lakers interview. They asked Kobe, I think it was a finals game, one of the final series against the Celtics, actually. And they were up like 3-2 or something. He was like, is it time to celebrate? He's like, for what? The series isn't over. So they got to get that Kobe mentality. They playing with the Mamba jerseys, but they got to, really, go deep and say, hey, the series isn't over until, y'all get that finals logo on y'all jersey. Y'all shouldn't be celebrating or even relaxing, taking your foot off the gas. Y'all haven't accomplished anything. This is what we expected out of you guys. It was either the finals or bust. So there's no point of them taking their foot off the gas.
Especially see the problem with the Lakers is that they don't have anyone that has that Mamba mentality.
Oh, not even Bron?
Of course not. Why'd you even bring him up? What?
Fantasy football. I need some help on my team. I don't know about you three, but I need some help. And maybe our viewers and listeners out there, they need some help as well. Or we can get some advice, recommendations from them. I'll start off with my team. Todd Gurley. He was usually the fantasy football MVP 3 years ago. And for about 3 years, he was looking like that. And then he had some injuries that hurt him, and that was why LA cut ties with him. And now he's with Atlanta. And we all thought that was going to give him some type of boost, rejuvenate his career. But he's having a game. Game one was okay. He played well against Seattle, not up to his standards. But game two against Dallas, he didn't play well. So my question to you guys is, should I keep him in my starting lineup as a flex, as my third running back, or should I bring in Jerick McKinnon, who missed 2 seasons, former Minnesota Viking, but he's balling out. He's consistent, can get me 13 to 15 points, it seems like, each week.
Hey, keep Todd Gurley. He's going to come back. Honestly, they should have played him more during the second week against the Cowboys because, the Cowboys defense wasn't that strong. So if they would have pounded the ball to him, he would have been great. But, I'd say keep him, honestly.
Oh, okay, so Todd Gurley's playing Cincinnati. Cincinnati's defense is not the best. They usually, the last 2 games for Cincinnati, they've had some high-scoring games. So I feel a little confident about that. But Jerick McKinnon, you have their star running back out, and then I think Tevin Coleman is also questionable. So Jerick McKinnon's looking like the first option. So that's where I'm a little indecisive and wondering if I should just start him over Todd Gurley. Kyron, you have anything for me? Should I just keep confident, be patient with Todd Gurley?
I think you should be patient. I think he's been playing. I don't think you should rely on someone that's been out the game so long. So, yeah, I think you should just keep.
That's a good point.
Todd Gurley.
Stick with Todd Gurley.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff?
I'll say bench his butt. Todd Gurley ain't the same. Record? Don't worry about it.
All right. I'm just saying.
I'm 1-1 right now. But nah, man, Todd Gurley, he ain't the same running back. So even if he does get a few touches, he's not going to have the same impact. So you're better off going with the other guy. Get your solid 15 points and keep it moving.
Card, you have a question for us, or you're good with your team?
Man, I have a conniption at the QB position. See, I have Deshaun Watson started right now. Good quarterback. But I don't think he's producing
big money
as I thought he would be. And then on the other hand, I have Cam Newton. I have him on my bench right now. I think I'm bringing him in. But I think Cam is hungry to prove himself, and I think he's going to put up those numbers. I'm thinking about switching it out. What do y'all think?
Definitely go with Cam. Superman.
Oh, Cam.
The man definitely has a chip on his shoulder.
there's definitely you got that veteran presence as a quarterback. Going to a new city, new team, got the chip on the shoulder. I definitely put Cam over Deshaun Watson. Honestly, Deshaun Watson lost his biggest threat too, so you got to keep that in mind. So there's no reason, he's not going to produce those numbers this year. They got to get back into the swing of things. They need to fire Bill O'Brien, but there's neither here nor there. But yeah, put Cam in.
At least
it's also
get
going up a better defense.
Yeah, at least strip Bill O'Brien of his GM title. Just get rid of that. Let him coach. But yeah, Kyron, I would say not stick with Deshaun, but go ahead and go with Cam. He's playing Las Vegas. They had a good game against New Orleans, but it was sort of high scoring. They did well against Drew Brees, but I expect Cam Newton to have a good game against that defense. Way better compared to what Deshaun Watson has to deal with against one of the probably number one defense. And Pittsburgh, you're going up against Fitzpatrick, who he can get an interception at any time. TJ Watt can come in and sack you or get an interception himself. So, yeah, I would go with Cam Newton. And to your point, he's out there trying to prove to 31 other NFL teams that he is a franchise QB or at least a first-string quarterback. And I know that he's felt disrespected for being picked up so late in the offseason. So, go with Cam. Albert, what about your team? Even though you balling out.
Well, me.
80 points.
2-0, baby. 2-0, baby. The only problem I'm having with my team is the defense. I got Denver. For the first 2 weeks, I have a total of 7 points. They produced 7 points. 2 points last week. So I'm dropping them. It's not even a question. It's just who I'm going to pick up this week. We got the Cleveland Browns. They're facing the Washington football team, and the Washington football team is known for their defense or their offense. Really, they're not known for anything. So I think I should pick them up. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I say drop Denver, or you already said you're going to do it, and pick up Cleveland with Garrett. The guys that they have on that defense, even though they had some injuries early in the year from training camp, I would still pick them. Washington, Haskins is a good QB, but it's his second year, so you can expect him to be inconsistent. First week they came back and beat Philly, but I don't expect them to have a good game against the Browns, at least on I don't expect the offense to have a good game against that defense. I think it'll be a close game, because I don't trust the Browns either, but I would pick Cleveland over Denver because you have Von Miller out, and that's all I have to say, really. Von Miller out for the year, there's no way I'm having Denver as my defense. That's a huge loss.
Yeah, I agree with Dylan.
Hey, thanks.
I don't have anything to add to that.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, that just means that I said that perfectly.
Denver's trash. You got to get him out of there, man.
Yeah, when Von Miller went down with that season-ending injury, that hurt their chances of making any type of noise in the AFC West and the conference as a whole. They're just not making it to the playoffs, especially now that they have Drew Lock, their QB hurt, and Sutton, their star wide receiver. He's out with a career-ending injury. This team this year, they just look forward to the upcoming years. Jeff.
You got a black cat running around that locker room.
We say the best for last. Jeff, you have any concerns about your team? Any questions?
Yeah. I got a question about my running back squad, man. They're not really doing me any justice. Let me see.
You got a good running back in Lamar Jackson.
But he hasn't really been running this season so far.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll turn that around. Let me get my team pulled up real quickly here, you know what I'm saying? All right, so check this out. So I have David Johnson on my bench right now. He didn't really perform last week to what I thought he would have compared to week one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had Mostert. He was like my go-to. He was in there. He was getting me points, but he got hurt, so I had to replace him.
Yeah, he's out for about 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, so I put Henderson in there, hoping, he'll do some damage, but I'm still kind of iffy about him. So I don't know if I should replace him for I'm sorry, not Duke Johnson, but David Johnson, or if I should leave him in there. What do you guys think?
David Johnson?
No, I'll answer at once.
I say David Johnson.
I'm going with Henderson. The fact that he had 20 points last week, that's a good sign. Jared Goff, McVay, they like to switch it up. So sometimes they're going to throw the ball.
Buffalo.
Yeah, that Buffalo's defense is good, especially their run defense. But I still feel confident, especially with the other two running backs being out. So it seems like Henderson's going to be the lone man left. And the fact that Jared Goff is playing like an MVP candidate so far, that passing game can open up the running game. They'll run some play action, and then the defense is going to be on their toes. So you never know if they're going to pass it or throw it. And I think that Henderson can average 5 yards a carry. So I would pick Henderson. Albert, why did you choose David Johnson?
But simply because he's playing me this week. So whoever's going to get the less amount of points, I'm 2-0, baby. So I got to keep this winning streak.
Savage. That's savage.
I'm 1-1, so it's all good. About to go 2-1.
Well, okay. Actually, that's good. We need a bet between you two.
You're not gonna win.
We need a bet.
All right, roger that.
All right, let's bet. Let's bet. What you want to bet on?
I say
the way my bank account's set up.
No, not money. We don't need to do money.
No, not money.
It's not Vegas. But I think that whoever loses should have the winning person as their background to start off the episode 5. I think that if Jeff wins, Albert, you should have a picture of Jeff on your background. And if Albert wins, Jeff, you have to have him as your background. So I think that should be the bet. I think that would be pretty funny to see the winner on the loser's background for the next episode.
Jeff, after we shoot this, just go ahead and send me that photo. Which one you want?
Roger that.
That's funny. Well, that was Final Fantasy, where we tried to figure out how to construct our team for this week. It is. And it's also our fantasy football league name, Final Fantasy. So, that one is a segment. But yeah, that's it. That's it for that one. As I said earlier, make sure to leave a comment to give us some advice for the questions that we gave to each other. And then if you also are participating in fantasy football and you're in a league, we can also help you out with your team if you have some questions or if you are doubting a player on your squad, and we can help you either find a replacement or pick up somebody in the waiver wire if you just want to drop them completely. But that was it for that one. Now, let's get into weekend predictions for the games that are happening.
Baby. Let's go.
So we made predictions for 4 NFL games and 4 collegiate games. College football is back. Big Ten is back. Pac-12 just announced today that they are back. They're going to start their season in November. So now we have all 5 of the Power 5 conferences playing or about to play. So we're going to show our predictions, and I think I'm first. So let's start off with America's game, the most popular game this week. The Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Miami Dolphins. Everybody's going to watch that game. I picked the Jaguars to win it because you have Minshew, you have these running backs that nobody knew about, and now they're just killing it. I actually have one of them on my fantasy football team. Their defense is looking nice. Henderson from Florida, the rookie, the cornerback, he's looking like a good replacement for Jalen Ramsey. And then on the Saints and Packers game, I picked the Packers because I can't go against Aaron Rodgers. Drew Brees is looking his age, so I can't really pick the Saints after the game against Las Vegas. So I'm picking Green Bay. Dallas is going to beat Seattle in Seattle. It's going to happen. We them boys, baby. Dallas Cowboys are going to win. Dak Prescott's going to have another incredible game. And Monday Night Football, this is a great matchup. I'm sure that this is up there with the Chiefs-Rams game that happened 2 years ago when it was 300 to 268, whatever the score was. One of the highest scoring NFL games ever. But I'm picking Baltimore over Kansas City because that defense with Baltimore, they're just looking really elite. So I have to pick them. I think that they're not going to stop Patty Mahomes, but they will be able to hold the offense to under 30 points like Kansas City did. I mean, like LA Chargers did. Going into college football, number 9, Texas is playing Texas Tech. I'm going with Texas. Arkansas is playing Georgia. I'm going to go with Arkansas. They had not a good year last year, but they're going to bounce back and win it. Florida State versus Miami. Florida State, they haven't been the same since Jimbo Fisher left to Texas A&M. But I do think that they will pull it off. I just don't believe in Miami and their program. They have Bel-Air King, who played at Houston, and he's a Texas boy. And I like him as a QB, but I'm not picking him. And Army versus Cincinnati. Army, ranked number 22, will come up with the upset, pull it off, and they will win. And that's my prediction for this weekend. Jeff, you're next.
All right. So I got Miami beating the Jaguars just because the Jaguars are not looking too hot right now. I don't really believe in them. So we're going to go that way. We're going to go Green Bay over the Saints for the simple fact that Aaron Rodgers is a bad man.
Yes, sir.
Next, we got the Cowboys versus Seattle. Now, I'm a Cowboys fan, so no matter who they play, I got to rock with them.
Yes, sir. Simple. How about them Cowboys? We ride with them boys. Yes, sir.
Exactly. Facts. Last but not least, we got Baltimore versus the Chiefs. 2 highly MVP caliber quarterbacks.
Yep, back-to-back.
But that man, Patty Mahomes, is a bad man, just like Aaron Rodgers. So I feel like he's going to pull it out.
Jeff, do you predict this as the AFC Conference Championship matchup?
No. I still don't trust Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. He hasn't proved it to me yet. So, no, I don't think they're going to make it that far.
Okay, good point.
College football. So, I'm a Texas fan. Longhorn, go Longhorns. So, we got to rock with them no matter what.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. And then we got Georgia and Arkansas. I don't believe in Arkansas at all. And then as far as Miami and Florida State goes, right now Miami has a swagger to them, so I just believe they're going to pull it out. Yeah, but this year's different. So I just believe they're going to go ahead and pull it out. And plus, they're 2-0 right now, so they might as well make it 3-0. Florida State's not going to be a competition.
Okay.
Then last but not least, we got to go with Cincinnati, simply just because the Army's here to serve our country, not play football.
Oh! Shot.
Dang.
Savage.
Oh, man.
Okay. Ira, you're up next.
All right, man. So for my picks, Jaguars versus the Dolphins. I'm picking the Jaguars, man. I don't believe in the Dolphins. They're 0-2 right now. I don't see. And then what's his name? Their star receiver, but their leading receiver is out right now?
Devontae Parker?
Well.
Or is it somebody else?
Well, even though Jacksonville is their leading receiver, DJ Chark.
Oh, DJ Chark. Oh, for Jacksonville.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, even though he's out right now, I just don't see Miami's defense stopping anything. So
they have a former Dallas Cowboy cornerback in Byron Jones there. They gave him a lot of money. But okay.
Yeah, he trashed though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm picking the Jags on that. And Packers versus Saints, just like y'all said, I'm not about to go against Aaron Rodgers and his goatedness.
Goatedness.
So I'm going with them. Also, I'm going with the Cowboys.
Let's go.
I don't have to say anything else.
Nope, don't have to.
Yeah. And then for this next matchup, Kansas City versus the Ravens. So I think this is going to be a lit game.
It is.
Against one of the two best quarterbacks in the league. But I'm going to say it's going to come down to probably whoever's going to have the ball last, I'll say. That's what tossing it up as. But I do believe in the Ravens defense. So
over Kansas City's.
Right. So that's where I'm going to go with that.
Right? Well, not Kansas City, but over Patty Mahomes.
Hey, they have two of the best cornerbacks. They have Marcus Peters and Humphrey.
But we talking about Patty Mahomes, though.
It's the only Humphrey we acknowledge.
Did Patty Mahomes look like Patty Mahomes against LA Chargers?
No, it looked
they
like
won the
Patty
game
from St. Patrick's Day.
He came all the way back.
Patrick Starr.
Oh man,
came all the way back and won the game.
Yeah, Harrison Butker won the game.
Hey man, quarterbacks get all the credit.
True, they get all the money.
Yeah.
Kyron, your college football picks?
My college picks? All right, so I'm going to just throw – I don't dabble in college football that much.
Dabble.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of just, step it.
Sprinkle in every once in a while.
Sprinkle in every once.
Bowl games. I get you. I feel you.
So, Texas versus Texas Tech. I'm going to pick Texas. I just think that Texas, they're going to have a good, good yards, in the air. Or to say that.
Passing yards.
Passing yards, have a good time going in there. I didn't know how to say that. But appreciate it, Jim. So Georgia versus Arkansas. I'm going with Georgia. Miami versus Florida. I'm going to have the limb. I'm going to pick Florida.
Florida State.
Yeah. And then Army versus Cincinnati. Going with the Army.
Let's go.
Army strong. What's a mistake?
The last two picks, man. Florida State over Miami? No, sir.
Miami's not going to win the game. They haven't been good since Jimmy Johnson left that team.
We'll see.
Well,
they need somebody that was on the sideline for their last game as their safety, Ed Reed, to win this game, and it's not going to happen.
All right. Okay.
Albert, you're next.
Let's go. Why you got a question mark?
You got a question mark?
I was just looking at that.
Because when you sent me your picks, you had an emoji on the side of the Cowboys like this, like you were not too confident, Cowboys.
No, it was
you did have that.
No, the emoji. Oh yeah, the emoji was like, "Why'd you even ask me that?"
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because you're
a baby during text.
You're a baby in as a Cowboys fan. Like a baby in Christ, you're a baby as a Cowboys fan. So I never know with you. I don't know if you're going to be on the bandwagon one week and then fall off the next week and then try to come back on.
I'm always with the Cowboys. I'm just hard on them because of how many. Like you see my hairline, it was up here. It was down here. I'm telling you, I started losing my hair after being a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, after that Atlanta game, your boy looking like
stretching or stressing.
After that Atlanta game, your boy looking like Solomon Hill. Y'all saw him in the Miami game.
Yeah,
that game was stressful, man.
All right, so we got the Dolphins and the Jags. I think that's the first game of the day.
Yeah, that's America's game.
Oh, it's right now. Actually, it's right now. I got Miami winning. Miami got a little bit chip on their shoulder. It's a in-state matchup there with the Florida teams. Miami being 0-2, they got to bounce back this week, and I feel like they are. So I got Miami winning this game. We got the Saints and Green Bay. I think this is the third best game of the week.
Mm-hmm. Behind Jacksonville, Miami, and Dallas and Seattle.
No. Kansas City and the Ravens are the first, and then Dallas and Seattle is the second, and then this is the third.
Okay. Well, you have your own opinion. I have mine.
Yeah, Green Bay and New Orleans. This is definitely going to be a great game. This is that last game on Sunday on NBC at 7:20. We got two great quarterbacks, two Hall of Famer quarterbacks going head to head. I know Aaron Rodgers is going to pull out all stops, but they're not going to win. Saints is going to shut them down this week, stop that momentum for the Packers. Let's go. I mean, you see the star, baby. Let's go. America's team. Who we playing? Who? Seattle?
I don't even know.
Where it rains?
I just know we're going to win. That's all I know.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
No, afraid of no Seahawks.
How do you need to talk about that?
We're playing on land, not the sea.
This Seahawks, they're gonna do they're gonna put up a great game against us for sure. But
never easy.
The thing about the Seahawks is they get that momentum for number 12, the 12th man. So they don't have any fans that's going to be in attendance. So it's player against player, team against team, and the Cowboys going to come up pretty much with upset because nobody's expecting the Cowboys to win. Let's go for the Monday night game. The Chiefs, Ravens. Chiefs and the Ravens. This is a great game. It was hard for me to pick. Lamar Jackson is such a exceptional talent. Probably MVP again this year.
Oh,
he might be MVP this year.
Hot take.
Russell Wilson has a hard case.
Yeah,
but he's gonna lose that case this Sunday.
The Chiefs gonna pull it out, man. The Chiefs gonna pull it out. Super Bowl champions. They're gonna pull it out. All right, let's go, baby, let's go. I'm gonna start from the end.
This looks similar to Kyron's.
Yeah.
Kyron and I, we had the same NFL picks.
For real.
I got my notes. I didn't copy.
All right, I'm gonna start from the end to the best team. All right, let's go. We got number 22 Army West Point versus the number 14 Cincinnati team. The number 22 is they're ranked. Army's ranked. There's no other team. The Navy's not ranked. The Air Force not ranked. So we are, Army's gonna pull out all stops, baby. This is an upset. Let's go.
Let's go, because I picked the same team. Let's go.
Let's go.
Me too.
All right, we got Florida State. Come on now. Hey, it's gonna be a good game, honestly. The U versus Florida State. Again, that's another in-state matchup this week. But Florida State's gonna come out with the upset. We got the Bulldogs, baby. Bulldogs. The Longhorns beat them a couple years back. We might as well put that out there.
In New Orleans, right?
Yep, in New Orleans at the Sugar Bowl. They're playing Arkansas Razorbacks this week. Number 4 Bulldogs. They're playing Arkansas. They're going to pull out. They're going to come out with the win. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a blowout. I think it's probably going to be like 35 to like 17. The end score. The Bulldogs are nothing like the Falcons. They actually can keep a lead.
No, they didn't keep that. They didn't keep a lead. They didn't keep a lead against Alabama when Tua came in that game in the national championship. They choked too. Razorbacks, they're going to win it. I guarantee.
All right, we got the best matchup, I think, for this week. I'm a little bit biased because I love Longhorns. I've been loving Longhorns since I was a young kid, but I still love them. The good game this week is the Texas versus Texas Tech, and it's a good receiver matchup between Joshua Moore and Keshawn Carter. They're pretty similar in height. Joshua Moore is at 6'1", 170. Keshawn Carter is at 5'11", 190. So they're pretty good. Their stats are pretty much close. Now they're not. Joshua Moore has been targeted 8 times for 127 yards. And Keshawn Carter's got 7 targets for 86 yards. So it's going to be a battle of the wide receivers between that game. But, my Longhorns going to take the win. Book 'em Horns.
Okay. Well, we'll see if any of us can be undefeated as far as those 8 predictions, and we're gonna keep it going as long as we have NFL season, as long as we have CFB season. Though our record for each week will roll over. So if
Canadian football,
huh?
You said CFB,
Yeah,
whatever you said.
College football season with
Canadian football.
Where's the? Oh my God! Nobody watches Canadian football. They don't even like to watch Canadian football. They try to end it as quickly as possible. That's why they have 3 downs. They don't even. They're like, we don't even want to be here. But before we wrap it up, we talked about this a little bit, but there are 2 Airbnbs that are available. Well, one actually is not available anymore, but it was a really cool location. So I thought maybe we should either go to one of them or go to both. We've been working so hard launching this podcast, so I thought it was time for us to pack our bags and make a trip. But first, we got to decide which one we want to go to if we can't go to both. And our options are the last Blockbuster that's actually opened in Bend, Oregon, or the mansion that was on Fresh Prince, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air mansion. So we're gonna take a guy's trip. So let's do a little comparison. And see which one you guys would rather go to. I already know which one I want to go to. So this is the Blockbuster, the world's last Blockbuster. This is all hypothetical. So we wouldn't be able to book it anyway because the one-night reservations were on September 18, 19, and 20th. They just passed. But they were to book a night. It was only $4. $4 to spend the night, and you got unlimited movies. All those movies behind that you see on those shelves, you got to pick one and put it on that floor model TV you see over there. So would y'all want to go to the Blockbuster, or would you want to go to the Fresh Prince Mansion? They're celebrating their 30th anniversary of their debut on TV. It's actually not in Bel-Air; it's in Brentwood. That was a head scratcher. But you could stay there. The front door. But yeah, that's one of the pros. If we were to go, we could throw Jeff out the front door. I thought that could be a way for me to attract you guys to pick that option than the other, because we could throw him out and go, he could do that. We can't do that at Blockbuster. Which one? And it's $30, only $30 to stay in a mansion for a night, even though it's an older mansion. Shoot, I would want to stay there. What about y'all?
Yeah, man, I'll buy that. I'll live there, no problem.
$30. I thought it'd be a lot more expensive than $30.
We're blocking the pool house, but I know, Albert, you were talking about you want to stay in the pool house. And just look at all the history from the 6 years of the show.
Born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my days.
Hey.
So are we all? Honestly,
go ahead.
This is kind of hard because Blockbuster. It's hard because Blockbuster for me, I have special.
First of all, where would you even sleep if you stay at the Blockbuster? I ain't seen no bed.
It wasn't bad.
I think they had a pull-out couch.
Yes, they had a pull-out couch.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, let's sleep on a pull-out couch. Oh, wow.
Hey, man, chill. Blockbuster, I have great memories with. My uncle, I used to go there all the time. He used to have the little popcorn by the door, and then they have to popcorn with the different seasonings. That's why I used to get my SmackDown versus Raw game, my WWE games. That's why I used to get my games, period, honestly. And I never returned them on time, obviously. So I'm the one that probably, put them out of business. But you got to think
about kept them in business, man. All them late charges.
Hey, the Bel-Air mansion. I ain't never paid that. The Bel-Air mansion is definitely.
That's why they went out of business, because nobody was paying it. That's before you could track credit cards and all that.
That's true. The Bel-Air mansion is definitely special. I used to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air every morning after Saved by the Bell in middle school, and I still watch it to this day.
Classic
show.
Yep. So I definitely would love to go there and spend time there and probably throw myself out the front door. Honestly.
Yeah, there's too much history. That's my childhood watching Fresh Prince, and I would definitely pick Fresh Prince Mansion. But just in case we were all having a hard time and it was split 2-2, I went ahead and made sure that I inserted us in these two Airbnbs so we can see which one looked better. So as you can see, Albert already got him some refreshments and
I got some popcorn.
Wow.
Yeah, he got some popcorn. Jeff had some cheese over there. Got some cheese.
Dylan, what movie you picking over there, bro?
I think I'm picking some Goosebumps, maybe the old Batman with Michael Keaton. I was thinking that one. But it's coming soon, as you can see on the TV. The movie that I'm picking is coming soon. There's so many to choose from.
That's hilarious.
But that's one spot. Albert, you look like you don't want to lay back on the couch. Like it's too old for you. Like there's some stains on the cushions or something.
To me. Too close to me.
You in the middle of the couch. You supposed to be on the other side of the couch.
You're right.
Yeah, he didn't want to move the pillow or anything. Kyrie, you gonna sit in that. Kyrie, if you sit in that chair underneath you, you're not gonna get up. That's the lowest beanbag chair I've ever seen. You have to roll. You have to roll over.
So all night, no, I'm good.
This is us in the Fresh Prince house playing we're about to play some foosball. Kyron's over there, leaning back, looking like a model.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why
I was so close together.
Yes. I look like we share plates.
Yeah, look like y'all both eating out of the same container. Got you some chips there or something. Jeff,
on a date.
Albert got the same water from the other trip.
My Lake Highlands basketball jacket on.
Look at me over there. Why is my hand like that?
What are you rubbing? You look like hey girl.
Hey, he getting turned on by Will Smith.
Oh man, that is hilarious.
Oh man.
So yeah, that's us at those two Airbnbs, and based off of those photos, which ones would you guys pick? And that's the original photo of us in my kitchen back in, I think this was 2012.
This looks even worse.
So that was us at the original one, but out of those two photos, has it changed your mind?
I'm posing for the photo. We're all just like, I'm in the middle getting something to eat. I'm like, Kyron just paused. He looked like he was waiting on your mom to come in.
So out of those two photos, are you still sticking with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Of course.
Yep.
Oh man.
I probably have to push Jeff off the foosball table, but yeah.
Y'all mighty close on that one. Y'all
oh man. One more time. Let's look at him.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh
boy. When was this?
Kyron over there posing, bro.
I believe this was 2012. I think this was homecoming weekend. This is when Jeff wrote those bars. You never get a first class ticket on my plane because I'm class of 2014. He had us waiting hours for that bar.
That should be never spoken again.
Oh man,
that was a good one. I had to say that for you. That was my secret. I had my friend Charles Boltis. He's a incredible artist. He creates websites. He's actually creates art. He can do portraits, and he's really good with Photoshop, as you can see from those two photos. Please go check him out. Go check him out. He's amazing. Actually, let me pull up his website real quick.
That was a good surprise. That
was
hilarious. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so go check out Charles Boltis, my friend that created those two Photoshop images of us. Go check his website out, The Charles Gallery, thecharlesgallery.com. And he is well-rounded when it comes to art. Super creative guy. He's a genius. Go check him out. Thanks, Charles, for photoshopping us at the last Blockbuster and the Fresh Prince Mansion. That was awesome. So that's it. Episode 4. I really enjoyed this one. This was a great one. Great topics. We didn't debate as much. I feel like we, for the most part, were on the same page. I don't know if I like agreeing with Jeff that much because I gave him a lot of credit for some of his some of the stuff that he was saying about, well, you got to think about Eric Spoelstra, you got to think about this. I was like, yeah, you actually have some legitimate
you doing the right thing,
reasons
bro.
there. No, I'm starting
I'll take you to the promised land.
I'm starting to question my train of thoughts here. Well, that's it. We appreciate you for tuning in once again. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube for our viewership out there. Subscribe, smash the like button, smash. Hit the notification bell for our listenership. Thank you. Make sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts. We're on Overcast, all those different platforms. They just keep growing each episode. Check out the links on YouTube, on our Facebook account, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And we're just going to keep grinding. Subscribe so you can join the ties. Jeffrey just came up with that today. I thought that was brilliant. And Kyron, he actually kind of modified it a bit. He comes in and cleans it up and makes it 100% better. So subscribe to join the ties.
100%.
Keep them ties strong. Jeffrey, now you're going to wait to the end of the episode to start hating on people. You were doing so well. I was giving you kudos for all your great ideas.
You said 100% better.
100% better. Kyron, you the man. I hope I'm looking at you the right way this time. Anyway, keep them ties strong. Until next time, we are Pod Ties. Peace. We're out.
Peace.
Have a good weekend. Peace. Okay, guys, that's it.
But you're still recording.
Oh, I was hoping you didn't see that. I'm trying to get something for the opening.